What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? We need to talk.
Today we're talking about that rainy preseason loss to the Seattle Seahawks, spotlighting key players who shined or struggled, and breaking down injuries and what they might mean going forward.
Lastly, we have the full scoop on the unusual development in the Rashee Rice suspension appeal process. Tons to unpack, guys, so let's dive in. Dude, that preseason game against the Seahawks, that was a hard watch, man. Our boys took a 33-16 loss in the pouring rain at Lumen Field. Yes, we know wins and losses don't matter in the preseason, but individual player performances do.
He ain't lying.
And we will get into those here in a little bit.
Before we do that, let's give a broad overview of the game. The offense showed some flashes, but with the Chiefs' lack of possession time, they just couldn't keep the momentum going. They ended up with only 156 net total yards, 68 of those coming on the ground from 17 rushes, averaging about 4 yards a pop.
Passing wasn't much better. After accounting for a couple of sacks, it was 88 net yards. The QBs combined to go for 14 of 20 for 110 ugly yards, with that one touchdown and no interceptions, which at least is a positive. No turnovers this week.
Carson Steele led the rushing with 7 carries for 22 yards, and Brashard Smith had 3 carries for 22 yards. But the team only managed 2 first downs on the ground. Overall, there were only 9 first downs for the Chiefs this week, 6 from passes, 2 from rushes, and 1 from a penalty.
They converted 4 out of 9 third downs, but went 0 for 1 on fourth downs. Scoring-wise, it was a 1-yard TD pass to Robert Tonyan in the second quarter, Harrison Butker's 34-yard field goal in the third, and Skyy Moore's out-of-character 88-yard punt return TD late in the fourth quarter to make it look a bit better.
On defense, man, they had a hard time stopping anything, especially the runs.
Yes, I've heard this story before.
Big plays just kept slipping through. But they did force 3 punts and held firm in some spots to prevent even more damage.
It was sloppy with the weather, but preseason is all about figuring things out.
What stood out to you guys? Let us know down below.
All right, let's start on a positive note with the players who caught our eye, starting with Gardner Minshew. He was efficient, going 7 of 9 for 70 yards, 1 TD, no picks, and a strong 136.1 QB rating. Minshew looked comfy, dodging pressure and making that off-platform throw for the score. He's been reliable as a backup all through camp, and remember, in the preseason opener against the Cardinals, he kept drives alive with similar smart plays.
Bobby Tonyan stepped up big time with 5 catches for 41 yards, averaging 8.2 per grab, a long of 22, and that red zone touchdown on 5 targets. He's been a go-to guy in tight windows, building solid chemistry in camp as depth behind Kelsey, popping off with contested catches and drills that show he's ready for more. We didn't initially have him in our 53-man prediction a few weeks back, but now we're pretty sure he's making it on this team.
Agreed, Buck. Real men can admit when they're wrong, and we were wrong about Big Bobby Tonyan. Now let's talk about Skyy Moore. Skyy Moore was quiet offensively. No catches for 2 targets, but man, that 88-yard punt return TD was electric. I can't lie. I'm happy that Skyy got something on tape to show other teams, but I truly think his time in KC is over. It's like one of those awkward relationships where one person isn't into it but keeps stringing the other along. Just end it and let Skyy find a team that can use his skills. I wish him the best and thank him for his service, but it's time to go.
Please, 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 please.
Brashard Smith's stock is rising. He showed some nice flashes, 3 carries for 22 yards, a 7.3 average with a long of 10, plus 2 receptions for 16 yards. His balance after contact and all-around skills are exciting. He's been wowing in camp with shifty moves and highlight reel grabs, positioning himself as a versatile running back option. If he can improve his blocking, he might be getting a lot of snaps this year.
Fan favorite Jalen Royals only played 6 offensive snaps and 2 on special teams, but one of those he had a 49-yard kick return. He's got breakout potential though. He's shined all of camp with crisp routes and strong hands, drawing some Rice comparisons for how he separates.
Jeffrey Bassa on defense had 4 solo tackles, 2 assists for 6 combined, and a pass deflection. His all-over-the-field play at linebacker is impressive to say the least. He's been learning from Bolton in camp, excelling in coverage and stuffing runs when he's in.
He's good.
Bob even gave him a nickname. What was it again, Bob?
I'm glad you asked, Buck. The Bostonator. The Bostonator's eating A and B gaps like it's protein for the next workout. Nohl Williams was busy with 3 solo tackles and 1 assist for 4 combined before getting hurt. He's earned praise for his toughness. In the Cardinals game, he had 3 tackles and a pass deflection, and Camp Buzz calls him a do-it-all secondary piece with great instincts. Now, according to Dave Merritt, he still needs work and makes a lot of mistakes, but from our eyes, Nohl looks like a baller.
Matt Boom Boom Ariza crushed his punts. 3 for 169 yards. That's a 56.3 average with a long of 67 yards. That leg strength is no joke, folks. He averaged 57 yards on 5 versus the Cardinals, and in camp, he's been consistent, looking like a punt god.
Rookie Kingsley Suamataia held his own at left guard, despite what many people in Chiefs Kingdom will tell you. He helped out a lot with pass protection, even though the line gave up 2 sacks total. He did get blown up a couple times and needs to get lower in his stance, but he's learning a position he had never played before Game 17 last year. He's going to struggle for the first few weeks. The question is, will he be able to put it together for the last half of the season?
Omar Norman Lott got a QB hit on defense before his ankle tweak this week. He's been disruptive running it with the first team in camp, validating that second-round pick with consistent interior pressure. We just need to see more of that pressure in games.
Ashton Chilati played almost half the snaps in the game, just like he did last week, and he chipped in with 1 assist. He's dominated one-on-ones in camp, getting tips from Karlaftis and his edge rush upside is why we drafted him, flashing with that bend power. But the same as Norman Lott, we need to see it in game, and he has not shown us anything to be really excited about in the last 2 games.
The run defense overall, not so great. They missed tackles and let big gains happen like that 30-yarder. It's carried over from the Cardinals game. It almost feels like Spags isn't even trying to call plays that will stop the run.
So there were lots of highs and lows. We didn't even cover them all. But what do you guys think? Who did we miss? Let us know down below.
If you're enjoying this video, smash that like button, ring that bell, and subscribe for more Chiefs content.
Now on to injuries, where we've been pretty lucky, but they did stack up this game with 6 guys going down.
Jack Cochrane had a knee injury after racking up 5 solo tackles and 2 assists for 7 combined. As a special team standout and linebacker backup, a knee could keep him out for weeks, stretching our linebacker depth thin right before cuts.
Nazeeh Johnson was actually playing pretty well to start, but he left with a shoulder injury after 2 tackles. He's been battling for corner reps, but shoulders can nag, possibly giving rookies more shots but weakening our secondary options overall.
Rookie Nohl Williams hit concussion protocol after 4 combined tackles. He was playing lights out early. Protocol means time off, which might slow his growth and add pressure to an already injury-prone corner group. But dude, he laid some nasty hits on our opponents.
Mike Edwards pulled a hamstring after 3 combined tackles. His veteran savvy is needed in the locker room, but hamstrings often reoccur, so younger players might have to step up sooner than planned.
Felix Anaduke Uzama strained his hamstring after 2 tackles. As a rotational edge rusher, we'll watch recovery closely. It could ding our pass rush reserves as the season nears, but it could also give us a chance to get a better look at other edge rushers before roster cuts.
Omar Norman Lott got dinged but returned later in the game. We are relieved that he finished, but for a key rookie defensive tackle, an injury with an ankle can be scary for such a big boy. Now on to the off-the-field drama with Rashee Rice and his suspension appeal. It's got everybody talking because this process isn't the NFL's usual playbook.
As of August 17th, 2025, Rice's disciplinary hearing is officially set for September 30th in New York, presided over Sue L. Robinson, the former U.S. District Judge who handled Deshaun Watson's case back in 2022. This stems from the NFL. Rice's representatives and the NFLPA failing to agree on a suspension length. So it's skipping straight forward to a formal hearing instead of the league issuing a penalty first and then dealing with an appeal.
Reports say that the NFL initially floated a double-digit game suspension, something that would sideline him for over half the 2025 season, like 9 or more games for his role in the multi-car crash in Dallas back in 2024, where he faced charges including aggravated assault and leaving the scene. Rice pleaded guilty in July 2025, getting 30 days in jail and 5 years probation.
What's making this not normal is how the NFL rarely jumps right to a hearing without announcing a suspension up front. Typically, they hand down the ban, the player appeals, and if no settlement, then it goes to arbitration. Insiders point out this setup could drag things out, with a decision possibly not coming until late October, and any appeal pushing it into November or even bleeding into the playoffs.
Look at Watson's precedent. His hearing started late June 2022. Robinson ruled August 1 for 6 games. The league appealed, and they settled on 11 games by August 18. Here, the post-week 4 timing means Rice plays at least the first month, including that Brazil opener against the Chargers. He's cleared to travel despite the felonies.
But expectations are he'll still miss time in 2025, though the delayed process might let the suspension hit mid-season or, if appealed hard, even push some into 2026. A settlement could happen anytime before or after the hearing, potentially for something shorter like 4 to 6 games. Robinson's history of leniency in Watson's case has some optimistic, but others see it as the league angling for a stiffer penalty.
There's also the possibility for the Chiefs to decide to suspend him, and any games on suspension would count towards the NFL's suspension once they finally rule. That is an option. But for many people, they're asking about fantasy, and the impacts are huge. His stock's in limbo with drafters betting on early production or risky playoff absence, but maybe the Chiefs do suspend him, so maybe it's afterwards. It's going to be interesting to see what average round he goes in.
So is that a big relief? Or are you still stressing over the wide receiver room? How's this timeline change things for Kansas City? Let us know in the comments. We read them all.
All right, well, that's it for us. Thanks for the chat, Chiefs Kingdom. We'll see you next time.
Six from passes, 2 from rushes, and 1 from a friendly man in black and white stripes. Chiefs get all the calls.
Now let's talk about Skyy Moore. Skyy Moore was quiet offensively. Duh.
Rookie Nohl Williams hit percussion.
It was sloppy with the weather, but it was sloppy. It was sloppy with the.
God damn it! God damn it! God damn it! All right, I'm better now.
All right, I'm better now.
Yay! Boy, buddy, you need to go take a deep breath. You got this, man.
Woosah.
Woosah!
It was sloppy with the weather. I'm just kidding. Sorry. Too soon?